Hello, how are you all? I hope you are all not that tired of studying during the lockdown season. So we have no other way other than sitting at home and learning through this way. So I encourage you to continue to be serious in your studies, and we do not know how long we'll be able to take class in the school. So in order to keep ourselves occupied, we make use of this time and learn the maximum, because we are not sure what is going to happen after a few months or so. So make use of this time nicely and learn well. So we are learning about different types of cultivation and different types of crops that are cultivated. In the other class we learned about different seasons, the pattern that we have. We have three cropping patterns. First one is Rabi season, second one is Kharif season, and third one is Zaid season. So each season different things are planted. Availability of depending on the availability of water, the climate of the place, and so on. So today let us see about the major crops in India. What are the major crops? What are the major food items that we need in our country? What are the crops that are cultivated extensively in India? And so let us see. So you can take page number 36. 36. A variety of food and non-food crops are grown in different parts of our country depending upon the variation in soil, climate, and cultivation practices. Major crops grown in India are rice, wheat, millets, pulses, tea, coffee, sugarcane, oilseeds, cotton, and jute, etc. So, as we have already known, throughout India we don't experience same type of climate. We have different type of climate, and therefore different things are produced or cultivated according to the situation, according to the climate, according to the availability of water, according to the shape of the land, all that. So major things that are cultivated in India are, first of all, it is rice. Secondly, it is wheat. Then something like millets, pulses, tea, coffee, sugarcane, oil seeds, cotton, jute, etc. These are the things that are produced in India, cultivated in India. So let us see one by one. Okay, first and the most important thing that is cultivated in India is rice. So let us see about rice. So rice is a staple food of the majority of the people of India. You can underline. What is the staple food of the majority of India? The country staple means the main food. Okay, the main food of the people in India is rice. Our country is the second largest producer of rice in the world after China. So India has got which position? India has got second position in the world in producing rice. And who get first position? First position goes to our neighboring country, China, and we have the second position in the world. And now it is a kharif crop which requires high temperature, that is about 25 degrees Celsius, and high humidity with annual rainfall above 100 centimeter. In the areas of less rainfall, it grows with the help of irrigation. So we said early in the last class that Kharif season begins with the monsoon, and therefore rice is a Kharif season and it requires a lot of water for the growth. And also other requirements for the growth of rice is, what are they? It needs high temperature. It needs very high temperature. So if you plant paddy in the winter season, it will not grow because it needs high temperature, and that means at least 25 degrees Celsius should be there. So 25 degrees Celsius is required, and high humidity. So humidity should be there. The air should be filled with humidity. Then what else? There should be annual rainfall of at least 100 centimeter. So in a year that place should have 100 centimeters of rainfall. So these are the requirements for the growth of rice. What are they? It needs high temperature, that is 25 degrees Celsius and above. It needs good humidity, and it needs a good rainfall, at least 100 centimeters or 100 centimeters of rainfall in a year. And if the rain is less, then they can do irrigation, get water supply from the dam and so on. So water is essential for the growth of rice. Then rice is grown in the plains of north and northeastern India, coastal areas and the deltaic region and so on. So earlier in the last class also we learned which are the areas where rice is cultivated extensively. So we come again, that is mostly cultivated in the northern plains of North India and north coastal areas of northeastern India, North India, coastal areas and deltaic region. Deltaic means the closer to the river, where the river come and deposit lot of soil, fertile soil, and that area becomes plain because every year the river brings lot of mud and accumulating, and that is spreading far and far, and that become a deltaic area. It becomes little higher than the river because when the flood is coming only, the water will be depositing a lot of soil, and so that place will be higher. That is called deltaic region. So since the river is bringing the soil, it is very fertile soil and it will be very good for cultivation. Therefore that area is extensively cultivated with rice. And so development of dense network of canal irrigation and tube wells have made it possible to grow rice in areas of less rainfall such as Punjab, Haryana and western Uttar Pradesh and parts of Rajasthan. So we said for the growth of rice we need at least 100 centimeters of annual rainfall. But because of these modern facilities and developments, like there is irrigation facilities made available by building canals from the dam to the farmland. A lot of canals are built, and therefore through the canal they can take water to the field and make it irrigated. And also there are a lot of tube wells are built or dug, and so with the facilities of these, even the places like Punjab and Haryana and Rajasthan and so, there the rain is very less, monsoon rain is very less, but still they are able to cultivate rice because they are able to get water from these sources through the canals and so on. So the raining season is the best season for cultivation of rice. The temperature should be 25 degree and above, and the annual rainfall should be 100 plus. And some of the places like Rajasthan, Haryana, Punjab and so on, they don't have enough rain. That means they are not getting 100 centimeters of rain annually. So they get water from the dams, irrigation facility. So they are also able to cultivate rice even though there is not enough rain. And the second type of crop is wheat. Wheat, second important crop in India is wheat. This is the second most important cereal crop. It is a main food crop in north and northwestern part of the country. So we said earlier, rice is a staple food of most of the parts of India, but not throughout the India. So in the northern part of India, the people like to eat wheat. They don't like rice. So for them, the main food is wheat. Which are the areas people like wheat? The north and the northwestern part of our country. The people living there, they enjoy wheat. And this rabi crop requires a cool growing season and a bright sunshine at the time of ripening. So rice was what kind of crop? Kharif crop. It needs water. And the wheat is a rabi crop. It is not planted in the summer, but it is planted in the winter. And because it needs a very cool climate, it does not need a very high temperature, but it needs a very cool temperature. But it needs a good sunshine, bright sunshine, especially at the time of ripening. So after the wheat started flowering and it gets matured and start ripening, that time it requires a very nice sunshine. So that time the sky should not be cloudy or raining and so on. It should have good climate, good sunshine, and it requires 50 to 75 centimeters of annual rainfall, evenly distributed over the growing season. So for the growth of wheat, it needs how much rain? 50 to 75. For rice, it is how much? 100 centimeters. So for here, they need little less. 50 also is enough. 50 to 75. That is not just raining at one time, but distributed throughout the growing season. And there are two important wheat growing zones in our country. So two areas are there, two zones are there in our country where this wheat is growing very well. Which are they? The Ganga Satluj plains in the northwest and black soil regions of the Deccan. So these are the two regions where wheat is growing. You can underline which are the two regions where wheat is growing in India. Which are they? One is the Ganga Satluj plains. So the plains created by Ganga and Satluj rivers, that is in northwest. Then also the Deccan regions where there is black soil. So black soil also is good for the cultivation of wheat, and therefore these are the two regions where wheat is cultivated extensively. Then the major wheat producing states are Punjab, Haryana, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Rajasthan and parts of Madhya Pradesh. You can underline which are the most important states in our country producing wheat. Which are they? Punjab, Haryana, Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, Bihar and Uttar Pradesh. So these are the states, and Punjab and Haryana are leading producers of wheat. So that is about wheat. Now let us see about another one, that is called millet. Another food crop is called millet. So jowar, bajra and ragi are the important millets grown in India. So millets are a common name, and under this millet there are different types of crops. What are they? Jowar, then ragi and bajra. So these are the three types of millets that we have. What are they? Jowar, bajra and ragi. These are the three types of millets that we have in our country. Then, though these are known as coarse grains, they have very high nutritious value. So what are the features of this? They are very coarse. Coarse means very hard. These food grains are very hard, but though they are very hard, they have got very high nutritious value. It contains a lot of nutrients. Then, for example, ragi is very rich in iron. So if you eat ragi, it contains a lot of iron, and you know iron is useful for not only iron but calcium and other micronutrients and raphates. So the calcium and other iron contents, they are very useful for the growth of bones. Bones will become stronger and stronger. So the food may not be very tasty, it may be very hard to eat, but if you are ready to eat that, then you can be sure that you will be a healthy person, especially your bones will be very strong. Then jowar is the third most important food crops. Jowar is the third most important food crops with respect to area and production. So we say this is the most important, jowar. After rice and wheat, the third most important production is jowar, considering the area that is cultivated. So the largest area is used for cultivation is rice. Second one is wheat, and third one is jowar. It is a rain-fed crop mostly grown in the moist areas which hardly needs irrigation. So this jowar, it is a rain-fed cultivation. That means it needs rain. So where there is plenty of rain, this is cultivated. And therefore it does not need irrigation as such. So it is mostly planted where there is lot of rain, and therefore irrigation facility is not required. And major jowar producing states were Maharashtra, Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh and Madhya Pradesh. So which are the states producing jowar? You can underline. They are Maharashtra, Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh and Madhya Pradesh. So it is according to the data of 2001-12. That means almost 8 years ago. According to that year, the states that were producing, leading producers of jowar was Maharashtra, Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh and Madhya Pradesh. Then another one, Bajra. Bajra grows well on sandy soils and shallow black soil. So what are the physical conditions or the soil that is required for the growth of bajra? It is sandy and shallow black soil. That is the most favorable soil for growth of bajra. It should be sandy, not very sticky. So water should not remain stagnant. And also the black soil is very good. And major bajra producing states were Rajasthan, Uttar Pradesh, Maharashtra, Gujarat and Haryana. So some of the states like Rajasthan, Uttar Pradesh, Maharashtra, Gujarat and Haryana, they are the leading producers of this bajra. Then ragi is the crop of dry regions. So where there is no rain at all, where it is completely dry, people try to plant ragi there. And it grows well on red, black, sandy, loamy and shallow black soils. So which are the soils suitable for the growth of this ragi? It should be red soil or black soil and sandy soil and loamy soil. Loamy means soil that is mixed with sand and clay, mixture of sand and clay, that is called loamy soil. And shallow black soils. So black soil that is very shallow, not very deep, but at least on top level it should be black soil. So if these physical conditions or this type of soil is available, then ragi can grow very well there. Then major ragi producing states are Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand, Sikkim, Jharkhand and Arunachal Pradesh. So Arunachal Pradesh also is very famous for for the cultivation of ragi. I hope you have seen what is ragi. If not, you ask your parents, they will explain to you what is ragi. Okay, at least they will explain it in your local dialect. So which are the states growing this ragi other than Arunachal Pradesh? It is Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand and Sikkim and Jharkhand. These are the states growing this ragi. Now let us see about another crop, that is maize. I hope you are all famous with and familiar with maize and you are interested in eating, is it not? Maize. So it is a crop which is used both as food and fodder. So maize has got two purposes. It is used as food as well as fodder. Food means food for the people and fodder means food for the animals. So maize is used by both human beings and animals. It is a kharif crop which requires temperature between 21 degrees Celsius to 27 degrees Celsius and grows well in all alluvial soil. So during what season maize is planted? It is planted during Kharif season, during the rainy season, isn't it? Then it requires a lot of temperature. High temperature is required, and also it needs a lot of rain as well. So what is the temperature required for the growth of maize? It is 21 degrees Celsius to 27 degrees Celsius. And the soil that is required is all alluvial soil. Alluvial soil is the soil that is brought down by the river. Every year it is going on bringing soil. When there is flood or during the monsoon rain season, the amount of water coming down is increased, and therefore the force of the water will be more, and more soil will be brought down. So every year new soil is brought. So for the growth of maize, the all alluvial soil, previous year's alluvial soil is the best. The fresh one it does not require, but it requires the old one. And some states like Bihar, maize is grown in Rabi season also. So we said it is a Kharif season because it needs a lot of rain. But in some states like Bihar and so, they are even cultivating it in Rabi season, in the winter season. And use of modern inputs such as HYV seeds, fertilizers and irrigation have contributed to the increasing production of maize. So in modern times, people started using new seeds or high yielding variety of seeds that is able to grow well, and the production will be bigger. So instead of using the traditional seeds, people started using it, the modern techniques, modern methods, and people also use irrigation facilities, fertilizing facility, all those things. With that, they are able to produce more maize. And major maize producing states are Karnataka, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Andhra Pradesh, Telangana and Madhya Pradesh. So which are the states producing major maize producing states? They are Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, Madhya Pradesh and Karnataka. These are the states that are producing more maize. Now let us come to another crop that is called pulses. The pulses. So India is the largest producer as well as consumer of pulses in the world. You can underline who is the largest producer of pulses. So India has got first place in the world for producing as well as for consuming. So not only India is producing high amount, but also consuming, eating also, India is first. So both ways India is first, producing as well as eating. And these are the major source of protein in a vegetarian diet. So if people who are eating only vegetables, vegetarian meals, for them, if they want to get the protein, then they have to eat these pulses. So people who are eating meat, fish, egg and so, they will be getting protein from other sources. But people who eat only vegetarian food, and if they want to get a lot of vitamins then and proteins, what they have to do? They have to eat a lot of pulses. They have to include pulses in their diet. The major pulses that are grown in India are tur or arhar, urad, moong, masoor, peas and gram. These are the things that are included under pulses. What are they? They are tur, urad, moong, masoor, peas and gram. So all these are different types of pulses that are cultivated, and they are rich in protein. Can you distinguish which of these pulses are grown in the Kharif season and which are grown in the Rabi season? So some of these pulses, they need a lot of water, therefore they will be cultivated during Kharif season, and some need less water, therefore they will be cultivated in the Rabi season. So the things that require more water will be planted in the Kharif season. Then pulses need less moisture and survive even in dry conditions. So these pulses, the speciality is that they need very less water, so they can survive even in less moisture and survive even in dry conditions. So without much rain also they can survive. So the peas, the gram, they all don't require much water. And being leguminous crops, leguminous means climbing up. So these are, if you plant this on mutton, peas and so, the beans and so, we need to put some support for them to climb up. That is called leguminous plants. They have no strong stem. They need the support of some sticks or some trees and so on. So being leguminous crops, all these crops except arhar help in restoring soil fertility by fixing nitrogen from the air. So what is these pulses are doing to the soil is a very magical things. They are not only giving us the crops which is filled with protein, but they also make the soil very fertile. If you plant these pulses in the land, what turns out to be? The land become rich in nitrogen. So they take the nitrogen from the air and they take it to the tree, to the soil through their roots. So that way the soil will become very rich in nitrogen. Then, so that way soil fertility is restored. Therefore, these are mostly grown in rotation with other crops, and major pulse producing states in India are Madhya Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh, Rajasthan, Maharashtra and Karnataka. So we said these pulses, if you plant, it is able to bring lot of nitrogen. Lot of nitrogen it is brought to the soil and the soil becomes fertile. Therefore, this is cultivated in between maybe kharif crops and rabi crops. After one crop, the soil becomes less fertile. Then we plant the pulses, then the soil becomes fertile again. Then we plant another crop, then soil becomes less fertile. Then again we plant pulses, the soil becomes fertile. So it is planted in between. When we plant in rotation, in between these pulses are planted, therefore the soil becomes more and more fertile. And the states in India which are good in producing these pulses, which are the states? Madhya Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh, Rajasthan, Maharashtra and Karnataka. These are the states that are the leading producers of these crops, pulses. So they will be the ones producing more. So that is the end of this crops, the major crops in India. Which are they? Rice, wheat, then maize, and also pulses, millets and so on. So these are the major crops, food crops that we mainly depend on consumption. So we can be proud that India is some of leading producers. In rice we have second rank, China has got first rank. Then in pulses India has got first rank, not only in producing but also in consuming. India has got the first position in the world, and therefore we said eating of these pulses, they provide a lot of nutrition to the country, to the people, and for people who are malnourished, people who are unhealthy, they need to eat a lot of pulses. They need to include a lot of pulses in their food, and therefore they can become healthy persons. They can become good, healthy, and they will be able to work harder and harder and able to produce more food grains, more food for the country, and we will be able to achieve self-sufficiency in food production and so on. So today we shall wind it up, and the next class we shall learn again about other food crops. Apart from this rice, wheat, millets, pulses and so on, there are still other crops are there like sugar cane and so on. And we shall see them in the next class. Okay, so thank you for listening and have a nice day. Bye.